Now we are going to be talking about the Food Healers app and demo. Well, demo, I can show you the links where you can download it from. First of all, I have to tell you the history of the Food Healers app and how it came about. I um, I started cooking for people during the pandemic, right when it hit. We were just making unity stew, or some variation on unity stew, and giving it to a family of 6 people. So I used to make enough food for 12 people and go and deliver it once a day. And I realized, it wasn't costing me much. It's about 50 cents at most, 60 cents a meal. And so I was like, this is all it takes to feed a family of 6. Then why can't we institute the old way we used to share our food as community and healthy food, and eliminate this fear that people have of vegan food, healthy vegan food being hard to cook and not having a community around it. So the inconvenience and community, that's what Ray was talking about earlier. So the idea of starting a food healers came about because of that. I think the name came from Sarah, actually. Sarah and Jamin were talking about it. But I was just saying, let's make healthy food freely available to every human being on the planet. That's a basic human right. And that is the culture I come from originally. Because in our culture, at least the way we used to do it in the villages in India, anyone who came to our home got free food, was fed, okay? Because the guest always had to be fed first before you eat. And that was the culture. And so why don't we go back to that culture and start creating food as a community and making healthy food freely available to everyone? And my idea was to get churches and temples involved in making this happen originally. So, and I started talking about it with people at Climate Healers, and Jiva was very interested in this idea. And so the first food healers that we were cooking in, I think the first time we started cooking in a commercial kitchen, Jiva came to volunteer. And that's the first time she came and the last time she came. Because she was diagnosed with cancer, and she was in the hospital after that. And so and then she wanted this to be her legacy, food healers to be her legacy. And so she left money in her will for a food healers app to be developed, where people can join the app and start events, food events, solicit donations in terms of food or supplies or whatever you need. You should be able to put that up on the app, and others can then meet that. You can say, okay, I can donate that to you. So it could be a bag of rice you need, or some potatoes, or whatever it is you ask for. And we wanted to then recruit vendors to join the app and say, oh yeah, we have extra food, so instead of throwing it away, we'll give it to you. So you create this network, food preparers, volunteers who are helping with cooking the food and with distributing the food, and people who grow the food. So all of these have to be networked together. Okay, so that was the idea behind the app, and we talked about it with Jiva when she was in the hospital too. And so once she passed away and her estate got liquidated, and we met all her debts and so on. So we had some money, and that was enough to pay for the app to be developed. And that's what we did. And I want to show you what we have done. It just got released on iOS and Android. It was a team in India that did it. It's about 8-9 months it took them to do it. So I'll first start sharing. I'll show you the web pages how you get it on Google and Android. So it's called Food Healers app. So that's what it looks like on the Apple Store. Say Food Healers. And this is screenshots of what's in the app. So join the Food Healers community, explore food events all over the world, select an event and get directions, and host and organize food events seamlessly. So that's what it's meant for. And all of these functionalities have been implemented. So this we have been going through a beta stage, and now this is the first time it's been released as a public app. And here it is on Android. So you just go to your Google Store, Google Play Store, and download it. Look for Food Healers, and you should see the Climate Healers logo there. Look for Food Healers. There you go. VJ has it on her device. And join. So you have to log in and join, and I'll show you some of the what the windows that you see on your phone when you join. Okay. So we begin with Jiva. This is she's the one who made this happen. So, and thank you so much, Jiva. So this is the beginning. When you open the app, you'll see find food, post event, volunteer. And I've already logged in. It says welcome, Sailesh Rao. And it's got about 12 languages. So you can, it'll be in English by default, but you can have about 12 other languages also. And you'll see everything change into those languages. So that's up here in the opening screen. And once you get in, you'll get these windows with the information on what you can do, and then it gets to the location where you're in. So it'll show you where you are, and if there are any events around, I think it's a 10-kilometer radius, it'll show you on the map right away. Okay. So right now there are no events found. And I also wanted to show you that it has a sharing function here. So you should be able to share out and say, this is what I'm using, and share it with your social media. So once you get into the food, it'll say, request food or request supply. So it's basically, you could say, I want to know whether, where there's food available or where there are supplies available. Or you can ask for supplies and food. Request food, request supplies, and that also comes with this share button if you want. And this is what your profile looks like. So I have my picture with Kimaya and name and email address and phone number. It's what it'll ask you. Again, can be shared. This is how you request food. So what food item you want, what quantity you want. You can say, I want 2 bags of beans, and this is the address I want it to be delivered to, and the phone number, and someone who's on the app can contact you and say, I have it, or I can give it to you and make it available. Again, that can be shared as well. So to social media. So people are aware, not just those in the app, but your social media, your social network will know that you've asked for this on the app. And they can come in and then fulfill your requests. So all your requests are put in a window that you can see what you requested and whether they've been satisfied or not. And you can see all requests there. And right now, it's a brand new app, so nothing's up there yet. This is the event. So you can set up an event saying, I'm having a food giveaway at this place, and post the address, start times, start date, start time, end date, end time, what's being served, and number of volunteers required. So once you ask for that, then people can volunteer for your event. And there is security in the back end. So if you ask for, say, if you ask set up a mutton fest event, it can get rejected because this is not about serving animals. Okay, it's about serving. It's basically for plant-based food, and that was Jiva was very strict about that. It should be only for vegan food. If we ask for a Unity Steel Fest or World Food Healers Day monthly, then it'll get approved. So the approved ones, if it's pending, it's in yellow. If it's approved, it's in green. And if it's rejected, it's in red. And those are the events that I asked for. And that wasn't just checked to make sure that it's still working. Okay, that's what we did there. And then when you go to the volunteer donate button, volunteer button, you'll see you have volunteer requests, volunteer to drive. You can say, I want to go and pick up the food and deliver it to you. And it will show you what are the events in your area. If you're in Bangalore, it's in Bangalore. So it's worldwide. And it has recipes. Oops. That's the recipe tab. And it has about 1,500 or 1,200 recipes that are all whole food plant-based. And we took it from different sources and we credit the sources. That's where we got it from. So you can go look up over there. It shows you how many events are scheduled. And when you want to donate food, you can say, I have a bag of potatoes I want to give away. And people come and pick it up. Or you want to volunteer for an event, you can say, you can do that. Supplies. And you can donate supplies. You can see all donations and volunteers. So you're trying to build like an stickiness about it, and people see, these events are happening, and what to, and where can I go and contribute? So this is how to become a driver for food healers. So you can go and pick up things, and it'll then tell you. It is directly linked to Google Maps. So it'll tell you how to drive there, or whichever one you use. Here is the recipe tab, and recipes are categorized into lunch, dinner, snack, dessert, breakfast, smoothie, sauce, dressing, and Unity Stew is a separate recipe category. And you can search on the recipes. You can say, which recipes have eggplant in them. And it'll give you all the recipes that have eggplant in them. You can do multiple searches. You can say eggplant and, potatoes. And it'll give you only those that have eggplant and potatoes. So that's what you happen to have. Now, I found that there is an AI tool that's available now, which will tell you with eggplant and potatoes, what can you do? But these are like official recipes that have eggplant and potatoes, and you can then select which ones you want. So when you do the search in this window, so when you do the search in the window, here, in the main window, which has breakfast, smoothie, sauce, dressing, all of them, it searches all the recipes. And it tells you which ones have eggplant. But if you go into breakfast and you look at only the breakfast category, and then you search there, it'll only give you the breakfast items that have eggplant. So I show that here. So if you search in snack, you only get the snacks that have eggplant in them. So it allows you to navigate these things. And once you look, then you can click into the recipes and it'll tell you the cooking time. This is 1 hour, 15 minutes. And this is what BJ pointed out to me, that are, these squirrely characters here. in the menus that's what automatically, when you grab it from website, that's what it does. So we'll fix those. Okay. It tells you what you need, what ingredients you need, and then it'll also tell you how to make it. So this is meant to be a tool that people use in order to create these pop-ups, and and I would love for institutions like community centers or temples and churches to use this app and to link up with the local grocers and local farmers markets and have them use the app as well, so that we don't waste food. We don't waste produce, and we create healthy meals out of that and make it freely available, so that people know that if they go there, they're going to get healthy food for free. And this, I believe, is a very powerful way to really shake the food system and to make it healthy. So right now, it's through the food system that almost half of the diseases, half of the healthcare costs are happening because of people eating bad food. And I know that if you give people healthy food for free, they will eat it. You're not going to say, I don't want that. I want to go eat my burger. You have free food, they'll eat it. And they will say, wow, why are you giving it away for free? And so the conversation starts. And then they'll say, this tastes amazing. How do you make it? They can show them how to make it with the app. Right? So the idea is to engage the community around food, start the conversation. So we have brochures around why we want to give free food away. Okay, and why it should be not just for poor people, but for all people, because every one of us is eating unhealthy food. So we need to make healthy food freely available. And that's the idea behind this. So with that, I'm going to stop. And if you have any questions, or would you like to download the app right now and start playing with it, let's make this viral. And I'm speaking next week with the marketing team from Arjun Global to see how we can spread the word about this Food Healers app, and to get the idea of Food Healers going everywhere. And Kelly, hi Kelly.
Hi Sailesh. Sorry, we were here, but our cat was sitting on our keyboard.
No problem.
You were going to see us. I have two questions because I come from tech background, and so I know all about automation, and that it's nice to see you have like some sort of automation to reject events that are meat-based.
No, we don't have automation. That someone did it. It's not automation. Yeah.
So when people are requesting food, are you going to have words like if they type chicken, like that it would say sorry, like are you going to have that type of automation, or is that something someone's going to manually review as well?
Right now, someone is manually reviewing it. That's the only way we have it. I mean, we would love to have an AI interface for that, so that it picks out those that need to be checked, or automatically rejects if it knows it has to be rejected. But if it is something that's in the gray area, it says, it notifies admin and says, please check it out.
Yeah. Automations are, I'm very familiar with this with my time at eBay. Another question I had as well is, are people going to be able to contribute recipes? And if so, is it going to be through the app, or will they have to email you and then we can review them and put them on?
Right.
Or is it just only sourcing it from the internet? And
right.
How is it continuously sourcing it?
Yeah, we are adding recipes. I've added recipes to, it's not just what's in the internet. We have added recipes from other sources as well. And it's basically a spreadsheet that we can upload. So there's a format for the spreadsheet, and I can show people how to add to that. And right now it's on Google. It's on my Google Drive. So You send me a recipe, I can add it, but it has to be in that format. And I'll show you how to do it in that format. But yeah, it is, in that sense, it's very extensible. You just read that again and it will just upload it and it will have all your new recipes in it. So, I mean, I really think that the app has to be living, it has to breathe, it has to change with time, with what's available.
Yeah, I have a lot of experience in this and with automation and optimization and that. So I'd love to help out with that.
I would love that help. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
You're on.
I had a whole team of ad moderators, so I know how to do moderation and everything. So okay. Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead, BJ.
Wow, that's fantastic. And thank you, Kelly, for helping out. Now, I have already put in my next event, which is February. And I just now decided, well, I'll put it in again because I couldn't find it. So it hasn't been accepted yet.
No, like, at least on yours, you should see it. See, when you add, you didn't see it?
No, I don't see it on mine.
All right, let me check.
Yeah, I thought, well, I'll add it again. And when I did, I saw 2 and it said something like waiting or something. I'm not sure. But let's see, I'll try again. Yeah, I put San Marcos. It's San Marcos, Texas, and I put the address in.
Right. Yeah, it should take it. I mean, at least, I have tried adding and you saw the 3 events I put in, yeah?
Okay. So I would go to the find food and I'd have to type in the city.
No, first of all, it's you're adding an event, right?
Well, I've already added the event, and I mean, but I don't think it went through because then when I go to the find,
yeah, you won't see it until it's been approved. So you have to look at, so on your events, you should see my events. It's still not approved. It should be in yellow or something like that.
Where do I find my events?
Oh, that's the first, hold on a second. Let me go there and see.
Okay. Hope you don't mind me doing this.
Right. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. No problem.
Okay. We can edit it out if you want.
No. I think people need to see this. So do under post event. So click on the post event.
Okay.
And then click on see all events.
Oh, I do see them. I do see them there. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So then I'll get a notification once you have done it, and then I should be able to approve it. Okay.
Okay. So I went through the find as if I was a person because I gave it to, say, my friend Margaret.
Right.
And she wouldn't be able to find it yet.
Not yet, yeah. And I mean, we have to automate that. If you can automate it saying, BJ's events are always approved or something like that, then that will happen right away. Okay. So we could do it that way. We know these people and therefore we can approve everything they put in. Okay. Or if with someone new, you'd say, well, we have to wait and see if they're posting events with mutton in it or beef in it. Or yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. And have you gotten your LA events on there yet? No,
I don't think. It just came live. Just came live, last week.
Okay. Well, I'm so excited about it. I took it to my church friends and they were excited, not because of the food healers part, but because there were recipes. Since they're trying to go plant-based, there are a bunch of recipes right there. So I wanted to let people know that too.
Awesome. Good. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I also wanted to mention to you that I got an email from Nelson Campbell saying that they have an AI tool which replicates Kim Campbell's recipes. And you tell the tool, I have these vegetables available. What can I make with it? And it finds some of Kim Campbell's recipes. So, which would be fascinating too, to add something like that to this. Go ahead, Ken. You are muted.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that Android was done. I thought it was just iPhone, so I had not paid much attention. And the other thing, language, actually, there's Spanish on it.
Right.
We have a huge network here that we can integrate immediately into this, just for access to the recipes. Anyway, very exciting. Very exciting. Yeah. But think of the power of anybody who lives outside the country, or anybody who lives anywhere for that matter, that already has the network now.
Mhm.
And then this app can integrate the network and create a pro-vegan community in that process. And
Yeah, that's the, yeah.
and we've got six restaurants that have put dishes in their recipes, or they're awful. They're just awful. So we will upgrade the recipes in the restaurants. So this is great. It's really great. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we kind of scoured the web to grab, good whole food plant-based recipes and added them in there and attributed the source to those webs. So it's not like we're taking, it's just your.
Anyway, the concept I grasped from this is a way to build community, a tool to build community. It's very, very powerful. Exciting.
Right. Thank you. Yeah, this is Jiva's vision, and we want to realize it now,
Absolutely. And you've done a lot of work on it. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, weekly meetings.
Yeah. More than that, I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Go ahead, watch.
Can someone unmute him? I can't seem to.
Oh, I'm asking.
Okay. Oh yeah, I got it now. Thank you. Yeah, a great idea, and really great to see Jiva's legacy goes on. Have you done a survey as to how many people are downloading such apps? And also, is the functionality available on like an HTML5 website so that people don't have to download an app like this?
Sailesh, you're muted.
No, can you not hear me?
Yeah, no, I mean, I was getting an echo when I had my mic on, so I muted myself. Sorry. Yeah.
No worries. So, is the functionality available using an HTML5 website? Because I'm not sure how many people are downloading such apps. I mean, I'm really glad that Jiva's legacy lives on and there's an app for her or commemorating her. But a lot of people just do work on using website, and also it depends upon how much is the adoption. Because if it's only just few people, few of us just participating in it, then it's not have a far reach, right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously it has to be marketed, and we have to get people to see the value of using it, so and then they will come on board. But right now, I don't think it's available on HTML5. It was done in a Google, what is that called? It's a Google platform that they built it on, which allows them to compile on both Android and iOS with the same code. Firebase, I think it's called. Anyway, and so it has a Django backend. So these are the things that we need to look at. How do we make it sticky? How do we make it easy for people to use so that they spread the word? And I had an expert on interfaces work on the interface, and she did it as part of the Democracy, the Democracy Now platform, where people are able to give their talents for free. So she designed it, and then the software team took like 8 months to build it.
Wow. So you might want to reach out to gurdwaras. As you know, gurdwaras are always having a langar, You know, obviously they want people to come to the Gurdwara because that's their business model is to you come here, you get some money and you get some free food. Also, Krishna houses, you know, they have same concept, but obviously they don't. Well, some of them offer food for free, but some of them, of course, ask for donations. So you may want to think about how you're going to reimburse them for, you know, this service, or just give them as an advertisement to, hey, people, if they're in the neighborhood, go visit the Gurdwara, get some free food. So
right, yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, thank you.
And also food's not bombs. You may want to collaborate with them.
Right.
You know, they do a lot of pop-ups. So, but
thank
also
you,
some
sir.
legal are also there because, you know, you as you know, some of the people who have been donating food in certain counties get arrested, and they have been, some of the food not bombs people are getting citations. So you want to look at the legal considerations in certain areas.
Thanks for the suggestions.
Sure.
Gabrielle?
Hi. This looks like a really great way for me to build community in where I live in southwestern Canada. I was able to download the app, but I can't sign up. Every time I put in my information and I have all the right password combinations and everything, but it still doesn't let me sign up. So it's just a little glitch that I thought I could make you aware of, because I would really like to use it.
Yeah, let me see why you cannot sign up, because I signed up from here, people signed up from India, and I don't know why. Let me check. I'll get together with you after this, and
Sure.
we'll figure out what's going on. Yeah,
Thank you.
Go ahead, BJ.
Thank you. I'm wondering if you could show me, I must be signed up, but there's a way to get to the profile again, because I think maybe I can add something to the profile. And maybe
does it say at the bottom, welcome BJ, welcome Rebecca, or something like that?
Yes, it does.
Okay, welcome. Yeah. So if it does, then you go in, say find food or anything, and you'll see the hamburger thing, the menu on the right.
Yes.
So click on that.
Okay.
Okay. And you will see a menu. At the very bottom is account.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, it's home, history, share, team, and account. When you click on account, you will see.
I got it.
Okay.
And there it is.
Yeah. And you can add your picture.
Add my picture. And it says number. Oh, I don't need to put my number in there. Right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah, it requires a little bit of playing around, because there's so many things here that we try to make it as intuitive as possible. But yeah.
Now, are the recipes that people are going to be sending in, do they need to follow, or maybe you could explain which ones need to follow the universal meals, which avoid the top 9 allergens? And
okay.
Yes, if you'll talk about that. Thank you.
Yeah, so the unities too, we are saying those are all universal meals, so which means they need to follow the universal meals protocol, avoiding the top 9 allergens. But the rest we are saying is whole food plant-based. It doesn't have to be just universal meals, because there are plenty of recipes now, for just whole food plant-based that we can show people. But if you're allergic to something, you can not use that, but the rest you can use. Amit? Amit, did you have a question?
Yeah. Yeah, a question. I mean, I didn't understand why the recipes are inside the volunteer section. I installed this app long ago, but I never figured it out that the recipes were. It would be great if we could get the recipe section outside on the home, maybe, where there is. Just a moment. Yeah, there's find food, post event, and volunteer. And maybe the fourth tab could be recipes, or maybe in find food is also
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, because inside volunteer, and then I keep on getting the say demonstration of volunteer section. Volunteer at an event, donate food, or become a driver. Keep track of your donation history, and easily share your volunteer success with your social network. These are the three screens which I get every time that I click on it. Right, and then there's recipes, so it's a little confusing.
Yeah, if
But
you
this, yeah.
sorry, when you hit the volunteer, and you can just skip all that and it'll go straight to recipes. I mean, straight to the other screen.
Yeah. But then it should be just once, I believe.
Well,
this is on iOS.
Right, they're both the same. iOS and Android, they're the same. Yeah. So if you have downloaded it a long time ago, download it again, or at least update it.
Okay, I'll just check. Okay. Usually it auto updates. I'll check it again.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you. Lovely app. I love the initiative.
Okay. Yeah, Anant is agreeing with you that it should be on the home screen. What? Okay. So on the languages, so let's say turn it into Spanish. So it'll put everything in Spanish, the menu items in Spanish. So all the text will show up in Spanish. Is it visible? Okay. Well, the text will show up in Spanish. But I'm not sure about the recipes. Let me check. I think the recipes are still in English. Is that okay? Because it doesn't translate those. It translates all the menu items.
So Dr. Rao, eventually then some of recipes from Peru may be put in Spanish. I mean, if they have some in Spanish.
Yeah. It'll put whatever text you put in there. Okay, if you put it in Spanish, it'll put it in Spanish. It does change, like I noticed that it changes the time. It's now, it says tiempo. So it does that translation. It translates the ingredients to ingredientes. But the rest it's leaving because it's from the spreadsheet and it doesn't translate the spreadsheet. Right? Instructions, it changed that to Spanish. So yeah, but if someone has entered a recipe in Spanish, it will remain in Spanish.
Imagine taking this into a restaurant and allowing them to build the default vegan menu in the restaurant. Imagine the tool used that way too. Just another way to use it. That's all.
Right.
And then of course, if we can serve the restaurant, and there are lots of them here, if we can serve the restaurant, well, then we have an entree, don't we, to get their leftover food.
Yeah.
So you can turn the thing around to work the other way, to recruit the food sources.
Right.
Because it's being a service to them, not asking for something, but giving something to them. I like to work with a win-win type of formula.
Right. Yeah.
That way.
I mean, a lot of places, I noticed, I was shocked when I went to this store once. And I was late at the evening, at 8 o'clock or something, and he had a whole tray of samosas still left. And I said, so what do you do with this if no one buys it? He says, I toss it. So what?
Yeah.
Yeah, they toss it.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, my head is spinning. But we have Allison has people in her network right now from Argentina, from Uruguay. So this can be moved very quickly into a network. Yeah. Interesting.
that'd be awesome. Yeah. So because
Fantastic.
yeah.
Exciting. Yeah. I knew I should come to this session.
Thank you, Ken.
I come to all of them. Okay. You have hands up.
Yeah. Watch and then Amit.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at a school campus and I just spoke to 20 people about going vegan with just my sign here. So I think we need to go out to schools. And, when I was going to school, I was always looking for free food. Well, I'm always looking for free food, free vegan food now. So we need to expand our horizon. We can't be in an echo chamber. I'm not saying that just by being in this conference, we are in an echo chamber, but we need to expand be aware of just being, among vegans, because a lot of school kids are hungry for information. Of course, they're hungry for food. But if you want to get a quick success out of this Food Healers app, you should market to a school near you. And I'm glad, Dr. Rao, you mentioned about tossing the foods. And I think this is being recorded. But yeah, I have been part of rescuing food where you go to you go to a site where these stores throw away their food and they have these organic in the packaged food. They toss it out at night, and you go and you rescue this food. So which is really a sad reality that over half of all the food gets tossed out without being eaten. So but you may want to check with the regulations, because the reason why they throw this food out, because of the regulation that they cannot sell it. They have to sell fresh made food that day. So yeah, thanks.
Right. That's the reason why they throw it away, because they cannot sell it next day. But I believe they can give it away. There is a Good Samaritan law in most states that you don't get into trouble when you give away food. Amit? Can you unmute?
Yeah. One more suggestion which I had was, I always get confused with this ingredient list with the numbers, particularly this E120, E471 and all that is behind, like the nutrition label or something, ingredients list. So if we could have this ingredients list, which are usually never vegan or usually vegan or something like that, maybe that could also help people who are using the app. So whenever we go out for shopping and if we are picking up a packet which is not marked as vegan, or even if it is marked as vegan but there are some codes written behind it, so if we could put that information in this app as well, it would probably complete this as a food healers app, I feel. So
yeah, we
I
focused
usually
on
have to go on Google and then search in the store and standing in the aisle while other people are passing by. So it would be great if we have this list.
There are apps that are called Is It Vegan app.
Is it vegan? Yeah.
They do exactly that. They parse the ingredients and they tell you which ones are vegan, which ones are not. We try to focus on just whole foods, plant-based.
Whole foods.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all the recipes are whole foods. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Kelly?
Yeah, I'm just going back into my tech mind. So is there going to be like a feature where like if someone puts on the app that it's vegan, like we're going to encounter trolls, and if someone says it's vegan and someone shows up and then it's not vegan, so there's going to be a way to report them and manage those type of people that will just like try to come back on with a new email and
right. Yeah.
trolls. And then how are you going to deal with like legally if like someone just happens to get sick by somebody else's food? Like how does that work from a legal perspective and accountability perspective?
I mean, this is a tool for people to use to help each other out. And if they're going to use it to hurt each other out, hurt each other, well, we are going to have to say a disclaimer that we are not responsible for what you do with the tool. We are just trying to make sure that this is used for healthy purposes. Now, if there is a legal, I mean, something happens, I'm willing to take the risk for it. Absolutely. This is not going to be stopped because of I'm scared of some legal issues. Absolutely nowhere is that going to stop us. Okay. I'm also going to talk to vegan activists to see if they would help maintain this tool. Because it's an open source. It's all in it's all on GitHub, so people can, people can look at the code and you can edit it. So with permissions. Okay, so at least the source is open, so people can see what we're doing. So so this is why, this way, if you, things like, add a fourth tab for recipes is something that I cannot do because I didn't write the code, and I really don't even have the time to look at the code and fix it myself. I need someone else to help me out with those things. Yeah. And I can see that your compliance hat has come on. And you're looking at all possible ways in which can be misused.
Oh yeah, because I've seen it. I've had it done to me to it, like old jobs. So yeah.
Thank you, Kelly. I mean, it's an important part of the conversation, right? People can misuse it, and if someone uses bad food and serves it, yeah. It's between those who serve the food and those who ate the food.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, like, I use this app called Too Good to Go and Flash Food. And I'm just thinking, like, how I'm assuming it's like when you sign up, it's probably in the terms of like distancing yourself. Yeah. So like if you do, go and buy like the discounted meal from whatever restaurant, that if there's a problem, like exactly, you work it out between the restaurant and you don't hold the app. Like you said, app's just the messenger, so to speak, accountable for it, right?
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah, and reporting trolls, right now it is just, I think you have to put an email in the Food Healers website so people can report saying, right now we don't have a way to do that in the app itself. And any and all other, any other ways in which we can enhance the app, please let me know. The team is done. They're saying they're done with it. So I'm going to have to get other volunteers to help me out with adding any more features in it. Go ahead, Sandy. You're still muted.
Okay.
Yes.
There. Thank you. you know, this is a wonderful idea. I'm practicing it now. And what I'm hoping to do is show documentaries and have it available after a documentary at a large gathering. And people, if they want, can bring different foods right before, because a lot of this can be fixed so quickly. You know, you can do farro way ahead and everything, and then just put in for the unity stew.
Absolutely.
I could just imagine all sorts of good ideas with using the unity stew. I love it. And it's delicious.
Thank you, Sandy. I mean,
Yeah.
imagine people bringing their, bring any vegetable you have,
Yes.
or you tell people bring any grain you have and you put it together, right? Right there on the spot.
And if it's a church or it's where it's people you know, then you don't have to worry so much about, is it going to be some strange food that maybe it wasn't good.
Right, yeah. So thank you for taking it and running with it.
I'm planning to. And it's a wonderful introduction to you. It's a wonderful introduction.
Thank you. To my granddaughter. She's
Granddaughter
the one.
too.
Yeah, she's the one who made the unity stew first. She was the one who told me, because I used to make plain soup for her. She loved that soup. She said, soup, I want soup. And then she said, let's add beans to it, Grandpa. So we added beans to it. And we realized she was adding a lentil. And then she said, let's add some pasta to it. She loves this orzo pasta, the little tiny thingies.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she loved it. She said, this is the best soup ever. And that's...
Well, what's wonderful about it is if you keep on adding, and particularly if you do chard or any of the big leafy greens, it has so many different textures.
Right. Yeah. Every time you make it, it's a different taste. Yes. Yeah. I mean, Kimaya will be happy to know that her favorite soup is going global. Yeah. Initially, she used to love it with dill as the herb. She loved it with dill. And then she wanted rosemary and thyme. That became her favorite. So.
And lots of ginger.
Lots of ginger, yeah. Ginger is my grandmother's legacy to me. She used to always put ginger in everything. So I put ginger in everything. Yeah. Because I remember my childhood with my grandmother. How she always used to give me that.
Here, just a second.
Ken?
Yeah, okay. I go in, I didn't find a way to register myself. When I go in and put the password in, I just made up a password, but I don't know what they're asking for. There's not a place to register that I can see for the first time on the homepage. How did you get your profile in?
Oh, okay. Hold on a second. So when I, let me go back to English. Yeah. So I go into any one of these, and in the menu, I should see an account.
I did not get that menu.
Yeah, because you haven't registered yet. So when let me log out. Okay. So then when I go to the home page, so it just says already have an account sign in.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, hold on. Well, BJ, where did you first sign up? Was there a sign up when you started?
Yes, there was, and I'm trying to remember where I did that.
I've been trying here for 10 minutes and I didn't find a way to get in.
Maybe this is what Gabriel also had an issue with. Let me check what's going on with you guys. after this.
I know I found it, so I know it's in there, but
I'm sure it's there.
okay. Sorry, I can't.
I just signed up, and what I did was I downloaded the app and then I clicked on volunteer, and it just did a pop-up for me to sign up.
I did that and it says registration required.
Did you click that? Because when I clicked that, it took me to a screen where it said sign in. And then at the bottom of that, it said create an account or something like that. I don't remember exactly, but I was able to create an account right there.
Oh, I see. Sign up at the bottom of that screen. Maybe that's it. Aha, there it is. Yes, at the bottom of that screen. I didn't, a little tiny word, sign up.
All right. I'm glad you guys found
Okay,
it.
yeah, I see that. Yeah. So you go to volunteer, and then when it opens that screen at the bottom, it says sign up. Okay. All right. Boy, that wasn't very clear. Might want to have a sign up button on the home page.
I think it kind of remembers that you already signed up from that phone, and therefore it says sign in one after you logged out.
Yeah, but I just downloaded it just now, first time. So
Okay, yeah, that's
yeah. All right, but anyway, I found it, but a little perverse.
yeah,
Not a problem. Thank you.
sure. Yeah, thanks, Amit, for that suggestion. I would love to see an option feature to share recipes and then share with others. They can also register to the site. Yeah.
Danny had a question. Do you think we should copyright the name by naming the recipe? Do you want to talk about naming of the recipes? Do we have time?
Which name? You mean
for submitting a recipe?
Yeah, you can submit a recipe with any name you want, and that will be added as the title of the recipe.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I'll publish the format for the recipes on the Food Healers webpage, so that when people want to submit a recipe, it's in that format, and it's easy for us to then add it to the spreadsheet. Yeah, I think Dakota, with respect to your comment about starting Food Healers in your hometown and making a free healthy meal maybe monthly. I think Tammy has been doing that as well, and Sarah's been doing that in Los Angeles, Santa Monica. And Tammy has been doing that in Canada, and I think Tammy's going to talk about that during the grandmothers session tomorrow. So there you are, Tammy. Would you like to say something?
Yeah, Paul and I just decided to go out at Christmas time. We had served before, but with an organization, and so we went to a church for the Indigenous First Nations people and served. But we had a half a pot left, and I said to Paul, and it was a massive pot, that like the big ones you have, Sailesh.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, let's just go in the inner city, And there were so many people that were so grateful for a cup of soup. And I know that's not really for everyone. Some people are a little bit concerned about that, but we really didn't meet with anyone that wasn't just incredibly grateful,
Mm-hmm.
No one asked us for any money, which would have been fine too. And they just asked for some warm clothing because we didn't have a lot with us. But anyways, it had me really focusing on the needs. and how we can start, even just within our community, just start asking for donations, and then even once a week go downtown and serve and hand out mitts and some other stuff. It was interesting because one of them asked for coffee, and I said to Paul, you know, we could make some really nice herbal tea too and bring it down and serve a cup of tea. You know, he said they'd probably rather have soup. I said, well, you know, I get to have both. So just be nice to offer a really nice, like, elixir. Like I make a really nice turmeric kind of elixir with some homemade oat milk, and it's really lovely. So anyways, thanks for letting me share. I'm not feeling 100% today, but I'm still here listening. So thank you.
Thanks, Tammy. Yeah. I mean, it really changed my life, you know, pretty much. It's just that act of giving and going and giving on a regular basis. It helps you more than it helps the people that you're helping.